It's not time yet.
Yeah, it is. Now it is.
Let's go. It is. Let's go. Let's do this. What are you guys waiting for?
You.
Distance nerding.
Hey! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is now time. It is Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now watching, listening, and experiencing Distance Nerding.
Part of the Comic-Con Radio podcast family. James Gunn is keeping her as canon. It's Jen from Frey Comics.
He's the reason the Blade film is delayed. It's young Phil.
And he's reading Stephen King bedtime stories to his kids. It's Jamez 5000. And we're here
to
nerd. Together?
Together. We're talking about anything pop culture. Also pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
And if because words are hard, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, Discord, all the places at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you would like to shoot us an email for us to read on the show, then you can shoot us an email at dist.
So beyond the pale is a term from the English or from the Irish?
It's the English that were in Ireland. Yeah, it was actually a geographical thing, going beyond the pale, and it became a derogatory.
Why is it called the pale?
Yeah. That's just, it was from the, I think, Greek word poly, which meant wall.
Beyond the, I mean, have you seen Irish people? Sorry, that was.
I've seen several.
Yeah,
actually.
That was a bad
Most
joke.
of my family.
It's nerding at AOL.com, and we will read it live on the show. Guys, how's your weekend? How was your weekend?
That was good.
Good. It seems like Halloween is lasting longer and longer each year. So Halloween started like 3 weeks ago, and we're still in the thick of it.
Right in the middle of all of it.
Yeah.
It was my wedding anniversary yesterday.
That's right. I saw the post that you posted. It was very beautiful.
Oh, yeah, about the interpretive dance. That's what I was trying to think of, and I said modern dance. Wasn't my best work.
Yeah, well, Chuck is an amazing guy. So, well,
shh, don't tell him.
He knows what I think of him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the best. More likely, it's the worst kept secret on the internet. You are now watching The Download. Well, here we go. Boom. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into this. This week on deck, we've got Who's Hangry?
Oreos and Coke. It's the 90s all over again.
Ooh.
The Geek End Update.
Fandom Con. Time is almost here.
Starting rumors.
Father was a king. Long flowing hair. Is Thor a Disney princess?
Absolutely is. Have you seen him? And of course,
I have long flowing hair, and I think Luscious Locks Lyncher. So
Luscious Locks Lyncher, and of course, The Download.
We're talking crossovers, but not DC and Marvel. What?
Ooh, see where we go there. Of course, before we jump into all the fun, crazy stuff, but first, let me get a shout out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this show.
You should do it with your French accent.
Huh?
You should do it with your French accent.
Oh God, no. That's
Is that too much?
I can't do the whole thing with the French accent. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the show is brought
try
by W. W is an energy. I don't remember the script off the top of my head right now, so I have to jump right into this. W is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. W contains no maltodextrin, no sugar, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes, and is keto friendly for those of you who are, worried about that sort of thing. W contains Neurofactor. It's a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Find out more about W at www.w.gg. Use the code nerding10 and get 10% off your order.
Cool.
I like it.
Absolutely. I'm very much a person who likes it as well.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, I'm as finger licking good as it is. Typically we would usually jump into the Geek End update, but we're going to do something ahead of time today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into a little bit of who's hangry early on in the show. Oh, I guess I have that. You're doing the Geek End update first. I guess I put it on after. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the Geek End update.
I liked the previous cards. Like the ones that you did that the on deck. I thought that was cool. I like the little DN logos and everything.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
James, what did you think? Say something nice.
They were colorful. They had drop shadow to remove them from the background. Good contrast. Yes.
So all of the color that's in there were all taken from all of our logo.
Yes.
Yeah,
they were.
Every color that's in there is pulled from our logo.
Yes. Good.
All right. Well,
color.
He's going to tell me after the show how much he hates it. So, Distance Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio. Look for the Distance Nerding podcast, including this episode and our second show, A Comic Conversation, which is running a little bit behind, but we'll catch up soon. Each week on comiccon-radio.com/podcasts. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the chat for everyone who wants to check that out, because you should definitely check it out, guys. It is a whole load of fun. You should do that.
But if you want more of the comic conversations, you can check our podcast feed, because you put them up there, right?
Yeah, they've been showing up in our feed as well, so we're just waiting on Comic-Con.
But the reason why they're behind on Comic-Con Radio is because of Fandom Con.
That's
November 8th through the 10th in San Jose. Oh my gosh, 3-day pop culture extravaganza, collectors, industry icons, celebrities, creators, artists, all the things and all the people, featuring Ming Chen, Saffron Henderson, the cast of Digital Circus, Genshin Impact, bunch of people from the Hoyoverse. What is it? Star Rail, I think Sam Wong said it was. There's a bunch of people from Star Rail that's going to be there. A glow rave. There's an after party. They haven't even started the party, and there's an after party already. So fandomcon.com, go check it out. Go. I don't even know how much tickets are, but you get tickets for all 3 days, or just 2 days, or just 1 day. Whatever, but it's going to be fun. Fandomcon.com, y'all.
That is right. So with that being said, now we're jumping into this Who's Hangry. All right. Well,
you can't deny the podcast gods. They put it in order, the order they want.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's true.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this week on Who's Hangry, we are trying out the Oreo Coke that came out Now I was unable to find the cookies. I've only found them once.
Yeah, I couldn't find the cookies either. So
yeah, like I've had them before. I found them once, and then I haven't been able to find them ever since. But I did get the soda, and I know Jen also has the soda here.
I do.
James decided not to get the soda.
I wasn't out and about. You just all of a sudden today you're like, hey, let's do the soda thing. I'm like,
I said it last week. That's why Jen didn't get it.
It tastes like
let's go to reactions.
No sugar. Grossness.
Hey, say something nice. How you made me say something nice about graphics.
It coats my tongue evenly.
Well, put her on the main. Put her on the screen. Let's see this reaction.
Try it again. Now that my tongue is coated with whatever is in this.
Here we go. Oh yeah, that's a big swig. Oh, the face! I can tell.
That is not good.
It's not good, but it may be great. That's what you're telling us.
No, it's not. It's not like, oh, it's so bad, it's good. It's so bad. It's just so bad.
I actually like it.
The aftertaste is like the Oreo, the inside of the Oreo, that like film that it gives your mouth it's that. That's what it is.
So it is a zero sugar Coke. For those of you who are not watching the show and listening later. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't come in regular Coke. It only comes in zero sugar. And it's definitely, it's that, when you get like an Oreo ice cream, it's that like kind of off Oreo taste, but it's still Oreo, like distinctly Oreo.
What do they call those? High-lows?
I guess. It's definitely like a sandwich cookie aftertaste after you drink a Coke. So like the idea is you're drinking a Coke and then popping an Oreo in your mouth, and that's what it tastes like.
It doesn't though. I've done it. I remember the taste combo, and that is not it. Like, it's still on my taste buds. It's not pleasant.
I do like the can though. It's a cool looking can.
Yeah.
I like how it's playing off the Coca-Cola colors. Now, why is the cookie packaging, why is it red? Oh, red because it's Coca-Cola red.
Coca-Cola red, yeah.
Is it the cookie that's red? Oh, yeah, it's the top of the cookie that's red.
Yeah, so half the cookie's red, half of it's the cookie black.
But nobody has the cookies.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay, so Tater's making it very, I'm remembering now. Remember, James pulled the same thing with the fruitcake Mountain Dew. That's right. James didn't drink the fruitcake Mountain Dew on the 100th episode either.
Are you talking about something from like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Hey, why don't we send Tater out to go get the Oreos instead of just making fun of me in the chat? Because that would be much more beneficial to the show than just making fun of me in the
someone
chat.
hit a little nerve.
I think they did.
And by the way, I'm not gonna try the fruitcake one. Come on. Who else tried it? You tried it?
It was me and Tater.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
And then we made Fours try it three weeks later.
Yeah. Fours in the mail, and he was like, "Nope, never drinking that."
Open can of fruitcake Mountain Dew.
And I know he said he still has it with the Distance Learning logo on it.
Oh, that's funny. Didn't Thick try one too?
I think Thick did try. Like, remember right?
You left an open bottle. Like, you opened it up, drank it. You're like, okay, that was for the show. Never gonna buy that again. You closed it back up and left it on your table. And then I think Thick was on the show like 3 weeks later, and he like opened it up. He's like, "What is this?" And he just took a drink. You're like, "Wait, oh no, that's 3 weeks old." Oops.
But remember, the way I described it was like, like fucking mothballs as a drink. It was terrible.
Okay, so would you rather go fruitcake Mountain Dew or Oreo Coca-Cola?
This is actually my third time drinking the.
Oh
Oreo
gosh!
Coke. I actually like.
Why? Why? Why do you do that to yourself?
And I have another bottle in the fridge. I actually.
Wait, you tried this before the show?
Yeah, I've. This has been out for a good like month and a half now.
Apparently, you weren't watching that part of last week's show because we talked about it last week. And I had said, "Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, yuck, yuck." And Phil was like, "No, you should try it. Let's do it next week." For the Who's Hangry. And I was like, "Okay."
But he tried it 3 weeks before that.
Well, it was my Who's Hangry, not like his. So.
Right.
Well, the only thing left to do for this is to package it up and send it to Fours. So you can try it. Maybe that's what we do on the 200th episode, which is like in 2 weeks. Good segue, Jamez. You're welcome. Maybe we do that and send it to him now, and he'll have it in 2 weeks since it has to go through Florida Customs.
Right.
And then he can try it on the show. That is perfect. 200th episode on November 12th. Thank you very much.
That's right. That 200th episode coming up, guys. It's going to be a fun extravaganza of a time. We're going to have all kinds of guests and people. If you guys remember the 100th episode, if you were around for the 100th episode, it's going to be that all over again, but a little more organized.
I like that. So going back, Oreo, Coca-Cola, Oreo. Do you guys want to rate? You guys got to rate it. We haven't done ratings. We haven't done trailers in a long time.
I know.
You got to rate some stuff.
I can't wait to hear Jen say 0.00001.
Let's start with young Phil, since you've tried it before. You've had some experience with it.
So
it's been on your palate.
Me and Jen are going to contrast very, very hard on this. Because again, I actually liked it, and you can see in her face the disgust that was on her face when she tried it. She's going to give this a very low rating. I'm going to give this. I would probably give this 8 secret formulas that don't have cocaine in them out of 10 soda flavored sandwich cookies.
So an 8 out of 10. Okay. All right. That's a solid score. Now let's go to Frey.
So, 0.
Yeah. So now I will say I have had worse soda than this. So I can't give it a 0. But I'm going to give it 2. I will never drink this again. Out of 10, why did they think it was a good idea to put a very sweet cookie flavor in a non-sugar drink?
Probably because of the amount of sugar that would clash. Like, I think the universe would have imploded if they would have put that much sugar inside of one drink.
I mean, at least I would have got like a freaking high out of it, out of one sip. If they, done what they said they were going to do.
You put those scores together, that's 10 out of 10 in my book. So that sounds like an approval to me.
Sounds like we're giving it a thumbs up. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is
I'll give it a thumb of something.
She'll give it a thumb up the butt. All right, well, that is it for Who's Hangry. Let's move on because it is now time for some rumors. Oh, yeah. Get it. Well, getting into this week's line of rumors, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump right into this. God, that chest. Because, ladies and gentlemen, is Thor a Disney princess? Well, Chris Hemsworth is in talks to star in Disney's recently announced Prince Charming movie, which is being helmed by Paddington franchise director Paul King. There's no plot details to share on the project, but it was previously pointed out that it won't be about Cinderella's Prince Charming. So tacos on the table. What do you think Disney will do with their Prince Charming movie?
Okay. Well, my tacos are on the table that he's going to play Prince Charming. I have questions, though. And it's not about Chris Hemsworth being shirtless in that picture or him being in this. It's about that all the princes had different names. Okay? So saying they're all Prince Charming is really reductive, and I feel like they shouldn't do that. So, like, come on, people, get with the program. Like, there's the Prince, there's Prince Charming, there's Eric. Yeah. And then Aladdin, he becomes a prince. So like there's
what is the beast's name?
I want to say Bruce, but I don't think that's correct.
It wasn't Bruce. No, it's Prince Adam.
Okay. See, they have names.
Actually,
Prince Adam. Well, you know what? That's actually pretty funny because if it is, I wonder if that's an unintentional He-Man Easter egg.
Well, I mean, it could be because the version of Beauty and the Beast that we got was like a melding of like 4 different stories.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm just saying Prince Charming, that's just like a very broad term, and they all did have names. So.
Right.
I mean, we don't know anything about the movie yet, so we'll see what happens. But I think it's kind of fun that they're doing a Prince movie. Like, it could get very... I keep thinking of Wreck-It Ralph and all the princesses hanging out in Wreck-It Ralph together and the comedy that brought. So I think this could be fun.
Absolutely. I think it would be really funny if he was Prince Charming and he was there with all the ladies, but it's after they like settle down with their significant others and he's like the at-home daddy, and whereas like all the other princes are like, you know, off doing war and whatever.
It could be like Ken from Barbie, where he's like stuck in a stereotype.
Right.
And it's about his journey, you know, finding out who he is or, you know, who they are individually and breaking out of that. Look at me.
Right. Yeah.
Writing a Prince movie.
And I'm sure Disney would do something meta like that. So.
Yeah. But it would be better if they just did a Prince biopic.
I mean, I guess they could.
Not with Hemsworth, obviously.
Oh,
my tacos are on the table. Let's
talking about like generally about Prince. Okay. Yeah, my tacos are also on the table. I do think that I do think that this is going to be an interesting take, given like kind of like the meta nature of the way Disney does things nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. I think there'll be some tongue in cheekness, but yeah, I think it's time. It's time. It's time.
I like it.
It's time. All right. Well, let's move on to the next rumor here.
Philippe, I think that one's you.
Oh, is this me? Oh, yeah. It is definitely me.
Do it. Come on. Do it now.
Rumors. We recently learned that in 2025, we will be getting 2 Predator films. One of those is Badlands, which stars Ellie Fanning, and the other has been kept secret until now. The second film project is an animated anthology of sorts, as it will tell 3 separate stories of predators fighting warriors in multiple eras. Some details. One story will see a predator fight against pirates, and one will see the alien hunter face off against a samurai, and that is something that we've been wanting for a long time. There are no details on what the third segment will be. Prey Predator Dan Trachtenberg is directing both of these projects. So tacos on the table. Are we about to get Predator overload?
I'm kind of into
on the table. Yeah, I like it. Mm-hmm. They can be my overlords. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're gonna get overload on this. My tacos are on the table. That these projects are gonna be amazing. I'm definitely all over this again. There has already been talk for like the last almost like 6 years about them doing something with samurai. And when they did Prey, it like really like ramped up. That they're like, oh, they're really going into the past. They need to do something with the Predator and Samurai if they're going.
I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, it's both Hulu projects through FXX, I believe, but they're looking to do a season 2 of Shogun. Who knows?
I will not doubt, because I think one of the
Toranaga or whatever his name is going up against the Predator.
Yeah,
Finally, he
there
does.
Hiroyuki Sanada. That there was one rumor going out there that they said, or like one pitch that was out there where they said that if anybody was to star in this samurai movie, it would have to be Hiroyuki Sanada, which I would love, because again, the dude is a legit samurai. So I mean, I would love to see him play that role.
Samurai it up.
Exactly.
I have no thoughts. I really don't like
Predator.
Yeah, sure.
I'm kind of into more Predator. I mean,
throw it all at the wall. Let's just stick everything.
What they've done with Alien, how they're trying to, keep the franchise going and trying to find new ways to invent it. I'm okay with it.
They're going back to their horror roots, like from the first, and that's something that they, like, again, desperately need to do, is take it away from action sci-fi and make it a horror movie again. And it's been gangbusters because of that. So
yeah, I'm into it. I like it. Tacos are on the table.
Absolutely.
Okay. Do we have another bad guy coming to the MCU? A new rumor states musician Billie Eilish is in talks with Marvel to be added to the MCU in a major role. Eilish is known for her chart-topping Grammy and Academy Award-winning music, which she creates alongside her brother Phineas, but she's made her acting debut as well. She appeared as the sinister cult leader Eva in an episode of the Prime Video Swarm. I never saw Swarm. Garnering a lot of praise for her unsettling performance. Kind of like this. Tacos on the table. Is she the real Billy Maximoff? Who would you like to see Billie Eilish play in the MCU?
Tacos on the table. Dazzler.
I did read an article, just kind of researching this, where somebody else mentioned the same thing. They're like, Dazzler. I'm like, that's not bad.
I mean, she can sing it up.
Yeah.
And she does clean up real well.
I was going to say, she has the voice. The only thing is, and I guess this all comes down to her acting ability. Can she play poppy pop star?
I think it would be fun for her to do that. I think she would enjoy that challenge.
Like, can she do her best rendition of Taylor Swift?
I think she could. She's got some range.
Yeah. Because like that's kind of where she would need to go, is like in that realm of Madonna / Taylor Swift / Christina Aguilera, like those kind of pop stars. Kylie Minogue. Like she would have to play that upbeat pop star. That Billie Eilish is kind of not. She is a pop star, but she's not that kind of pop star. She's more of like someone who's relatable on the Gen Z level. So it's like
I feel like you're trying to put her in a box. I think that's horrible. She can do it.
But
why you gotta go be down on Billie, like coming outside her comfort zone?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Is it comes down to her acting ability. I'm not saying she can't do it. I'm saying that's where she would have to go, which would definitely be outside of the box for her.
Yeah, maybe it's just because the picture she's blonde. She could do a whole bunch of other things. I just thought, you know what? She sings real well. Why not Dazzler?
I did see a couple articles where somebody mentioned Dazzler, so that's what made me like, oh my gosh, somebody else said that too.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see her do it if she was Dazzler again. I want to see her kind of play that upbeat pop star, and do that if that's the role she's going for.
If they decide to do another Deadpool movie, she could show up in that as Dazzler,
right?
And be like, Shatterstar, your father and I've been looking for you, kind of thing, Oh,
yeah.
I mean, she doesn't necessarily have to play a singer, or if she does, like, what if she's like Siren, from the mutant side?
She would be really good as Siren, but I don't know. Could she pull off the accent?
I don't know. Maybe they tweak it a little bit so she's not quite, from Ireland or is she Irish?
She's Irish.
Yeah.
Irish, yeah. So we'll say tacos are on the table for that one. And I like her music, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad they mentioned Phineas in this because he is a really good producer.
Yeah. Oh, and they're so adorable together when they do like interviews and stuff together. It's super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. And their chicken shop dates, superb. I love those. So anyway, let's speaking of MCU baddies.
Oh.
I like my baddies.
Oh yeah.
And I like these people. It's being reported that the team in the upcoming Thunderbolts *movie will have a huge role in Avengers Doomsday. This would back up another report that claimed that this least anticipated band of misfits will actually be revealed as the new Avengers, which is said to be the point of the asterisk in the title. Doomsday will start shooting in March of next year, with Spider-Man 4 reportedly set to start production in May. Secret Wars will most likely shoot in March of 2026. So tacos on the table. Will the Thunderbolts bolt up to the top of the Doomsday cast?
I can see that. But I think it's only going to be a portion of the team. There's a spoiler that's circling around on the tweets right now that says I'm not going to say who, but not everybody survives this movie.
Is it Ghost? Ghost gets
ghosted. She gets ghosted.
I'm not going to say because there's multiple characters.
If we guess them, will you give us a sign?
Can you take a sip? Can you take
so
another sip of the
take
Coke
this as
Oreo?
rumors. I will tell you yes or no if you guess them. But I mean, take this as rumors for everybody who is listening to this episode or on right now, just so you guys know these are purely rumors. We do not know that this is what's happening in the movie, but the rumor right now is 3 characters die. So let me see if and it's within the first moments of Sentry becoming Sentry.
Oh, so Johnny Mayo.
That's one.
Yelena's dad.
No.
Okay. Not Yelena.
Not Yelena.
Ghost.
Ghost is 2. Taskmaster's 3. So those 3 are supposed to die.
Only one left on the screen.
Yeah. So they're. I was gonna say. So they're getting rid of most of the girls.
Yeah. So the 3 of them supposedly die within moments of Sentry becoming aware, like getting his powers back. And it's again all rumors. I just wanted to make that abundantly clear that these are rumors. But it's supposed to be the fight ensues, and the point of the fight is to get a collar on him that dampens his powers.
In Thunderbolts. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually kind of that's in the trailer. A little bit of that's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Right. Now the thing with that is if that's the case, who we have left is Yelena, Red Guardian, and Bucky. They also
and Johnny Mayo.
No, Johnny Mayo dies. It's supposedly in the
right.
It's like the left half of that image goes.
Oh,
away.
okay. All right.
They also say that there is references to Bucky taking the mantle of Captain America.
Yeah.
Right. So but they're saying it's references and that he doesn't actually take on the mantle. Mm-hmm. So they're saying at some point off screen or off off screen he was Captain America for a little while.
Okay. Back to Avengers Doomsday. I think tacos are on the table. I think the Thunderbolts will play into this, just as like a segue from one movie into another to create some cohesion. But I do agree that some of the Thunderbolts will not make it through Doomsday, so to speak.
Well, that's
just to raise the stakes of what's happening in Doomsday.
That's what I'm saying is if the three people who are remaining make sense to be a part of the Avengers, at least two of them do, Yelena and Winter Soldier. Red Guardian, I think that they'd be moving him over just because he's a fun character.
And he's her dad.
Yeah, but I mean, Red Guardian.
It's like reverse Nepo baby.
Yeah, Red Guardian is a part of another superhero team. So I mean, like, you know, I don't think he was ever an Avenger. He was part of what was it, North Star?
North
Alpha
Star?
Flight.
No, it's the Russian.
I can't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, but he's like the Captain America of their team.
Oh yeah, because it's him, and then there's like a woman that's kind of like North Star, but has slightly different powers, kind of like Magma, and then there's also like a tank guy or something.
Right, and then there's the bear guy.
Yeah, and then there's the bear guy. That's like KG Beast or something.
KG Beast.
I can't believe that's the one I remember the name of. And...
Yeah.
The Winter Guard.
Oh, okay.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll make it
that's
into
fun.
Doomsday. I think they're going to make it into Doomsday. Maybe not all of them, but I think they'll make it into Doomsday.
Yeah, right here. Team affiliations. Yep, the Winter Guard. And the predominant members of the Winter Guard are Crimson Dynamo, Darkstar, Red Guardian, Ursa Major is the one you're thinking of.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Phantasma, Power Surge, Cybercat, Sputnik, Vanguard, and Red Widow.
Huh.
Good times.
That's pretty neat.
Oh no, Ursa Major's the bear dude.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. KG Beast, I think, is a DC thing.
DC character, yeah.
Yeah.
Phantasma is the one you're thinking of.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah. So not to get too much into that, but I feel like if they do go into Doomsday, again, the three characters who are rumored to survive this are the ones that make the most sense.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, because he still has a lot of storyline. Yelena Belova still has a lot of storyline. I can see them taking out Ghost because she is not that big of a character and as a whole in Marvel, but also in the world they're building. I feel like they could have kept Johnny Mayo around just because U.S. Agent does have decent storylines they could have done. Taskmaster, I feel like they're going to do a Taskmaster program, and eventually we're going to get Michael. So,
okay. I mean, I could see that, but I just don't think Johnny Mayo, after like the Falcon and Winter Soldier, he was not liked at all. So it's like
he's not supposed to be liked.
I know, but I think they're just gonna cut. They're like, even as an anti-hero, he's not really liked. So let's just cut our losses. We already have Punisher. We'll just stick with him.
Oh, that's the other rumor. Punisher is supposed to show up at the end of this movie.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like with Taskmaster, they're gonna find a route so we get Tony, because everybody wants Tony. I think what's missing with her, she's got all the action, but she doesn't have any of the quip that Tony has.
Yeah,
because Tony's really quippy, and that's kind of one of the things that I missed about that character.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll hope
so wait,
for the
you're
best.
Comparing Taskmaster to Tony
Masters.
Oh, I think you meant Tony Stark. I'm like,
no. Tony Masters is Taskmaster in the comics.
Yeah,
and that's why, again, like, okay, I don't mind the gender bending, but my issue with it is you don't have any of the spirit that Taskmaster has. Right, like you have all of the powers with none of the what's endearing about Taskmaster when he's an anti-hero. So it's kind of
and doesn't this version of Taskmaster not even talk?
She doesn't talk, and that's kind of my problem with it. It's what they did. They're doing what they did with Deadpool in the Wolverine movie, right? Like I need that quippy, kind of jokey cockiness that Tony Masters has.
All right, let's keep going here.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of MCU mommies.
Yeah.
Last time we saw Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts in the MCU was the finale of Avengers Endgame, but it sounds like Marvel is looking to bring her back for the next 2 Avengers movies. That makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
The rumor is Marvel wants Gwyneth to reprise her role for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, but she hasn't been in the actual talks yet. So it's like Marvel wants her back, but they actually haven't had that sit-down discussion.
Right.
Like how much money it's going to take to get her back. But of course, with Robert Downey Jr. and all that stuff, they're going to want her back. So Robert Downey Jr. will be returning, but this time playing the villain Doctor Doom, which would make for an interesting dynamic with Potts coming face to face with an evil variant of the man she loved. Tacos on the table. Will Pepper come back to salt Tony Doom's wounds? Well done.
That is very good.
That is a tasty taco on the table.
I do love when Rescue shows up at the end of Endgame. It was a moment where you're thinking, oh, okay, that's a cool little cameo, Gwyneth Paltrow showing up as Rescue. But then when she actually starts fighting, I was like, nope, this is dope. I could see more Rescue in these movies, and I'd be all for it. So to see her show up as a established MCU character that is another Iron Man offshoot character, that would be kind of cool to see come up in there.
I like
so
it.
your tacos are on the table.
My tacos are on the table. I think they are courting her, and I think that they will give her enough money to come back as Rescue.
Okay. I mean, I totally agree with
Frank?
you. My tacos are on the table. I think it'd be fun. It'll be another movie she'll forget she's in. So,
She forgot she was in all the Marvel movies.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, I was in that movie with you, wasn't I?
Oh my
it's like,
gosh.
oh no. Oh, Gwyneth.
What
Yes,
about
my tacos are on the table. My well-seasoned garlic salt, lemon pepper tacos, I don't know, are on the table for this. Yes.
Good. Nah, and again, it'd be a great thing to see again, because again, she was a good character. As far as like, there are people who hate on her because it's going with Paltrow, but the character was good. Set aside whatever personal feelings you have about Gwyneth Paltrow, her character was good.
Yeah, very well written, very complete character, not two-dimensional. They could have just done that, and fans would have been fine with it, but they made her something else. So yeah, I like it. So now for something completely different. Nah, just kidding. It's more MCU rumors. Marvel's long-awaited Blade movie was removed. I think we talked about this last week, from Disney's release schedule.
Right.
This left us wondering what's happening with our Friendly Neighborhood Daywalker. Apparently, the film is still on track to start production in the UK at some point in 2015. The film is also rumored to be dark and R-rated because, vamps are broody and say cuss words and have a smaller budget than other Marvel films.
So they're going to film this
like
years ago?
Yeah.
You said they're ready to start filming in 2015.
Did I? Oh, 2025. Yes, they're going back in time to 2015.
You meant 2015 like old school oh god, what was that show? Like Matrix, we need lots of leather and not enough lighting.
Look, Blade may top the leather budget for any movie.
Yeah.
What was that?
I think there's probably a lot of leather. Huh? Yeah, there's a lot of
Underworld.
Underworld,
yeah. So the report also claims that a new script for the film is currently being worked on. The latest draft of the script was by Eric Pearson, who is the 6th writer to have been brought in to work on the project. Mahershala Ali, I think I said it right, is attached to the film. As for why the film has been taking so long to develop, Feige likened the delays to Deadpool and Wolverine, saying that they are just waiting for the magic thing to fall into place. Tacos on the table. Will the sun ever shine on Blade or not shine? I'm unsure of which is more appropriate. In that
I see what you're saying there.
That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
So
shine or not shine?
There was another rumor that I was reading about earlier today that said that the other thing that's getting it on track is now, along with the writing, Wesley Snipes is coming on as an executive producer. So not coming on as to act in the movie, but he's coming on as like a consultant.
That'd be cool.
I think that's probably something that they need, is because Wesley Snipes, famously, he helped rework the way Blade was. And, you know, I always talk about like how different that movie was from the comics, but how much better it was and how it shaped the comics moving forward. Right. The rumor is that he's coming on as an executive producer and consultant. So then that way they can get everything back on track. Now that he's like kind of like essentially fixed his relationship with Marvel enough that they're willing to bring him on, you know?
Well, I mean, hey, look, man's got to do what man's got to do. Yeah. I'm cool with it. Just let's get it moving forward because I'm sick of talking about it.
It's one of those things everybody wants, but like at least Feige wants to get it right. You know, because I think for a minute they were like, you know, willing to do whatever with it. And I think they just started kind of standing in and saying, this is not going to work the way you guys think it is. It needs to be the dark, you know, kind of brooding movie that that Deadpool or that the old Blade movies were, or people are not going to want.
No, and I like that. Sorry.
And now that they know I was going to say, now that they know that rated R movies work, they're probably more willing to go down that road.
Yeah.
We need lots of dark scenes, leather, vampires walking through club scenes with lots of music and strobes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll make me happy.
Random blood baths.
Random blood, yes.
Yeah,
I love it.
And at least one scene where Mahershala Ali says, "Motherfucker, you out of your mind?"
I think it'll be really a cool thing, because, like, so Daredevil is going to be real dark.
Yes,
and there's like a curse word in it and everything, and so I think they're just introducing everyone to the more adult version of Marvel.
Yeah.
And I like it. I think it's awesome. And I think Agatha all along started it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Deadpool definitely started it. But I mean, like, between Deadpool and the second try is going to be jumping back into the Netflix characters and the Netflix universe and everything like that. I think that is going to kind of be like the proof in the pudding for them that, okay, if we keep it in our universe, we put our spin on it, but we keep it within the realm of what people enjoy, this can be successful.
Yeah. I think that is a big part of it. So, but yeah, so my tacos are on the table. Yeah. Let's get this going.
I like it. I'm in.
All right. Well, let's move on to this last rumor right here. Now, my spidey sense is tingling, but for the wrong reasons, completely. Just the worst reasons. It looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit longer before we're able to enjoy Marvel's upcoming animated series, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The series was supposed to premiere in November 2024, but the series has been delayed, and the series won't be released until 2025. Tacos on the table. Are you okay waiting for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man to come home?
I mean, okay is a strong word.
I mean, it's not that long. You know, I didn't realize it was coming next. It was supposed to come next month. Like, I wasn't anticipating it. So it's a little disappointing we're not getting something like next month. But, you know, we'll talk about this later at the end of the download. But Koi Jandrew just released like, hey, check out this Marvel schedule, you know?
Yeah.
And what's coming in 2025. So we'll talk about, Spidey and some other stuff. So honestly, I'm okay waiting.
Yeah,
it's
I
right
kind of
around
forgot
the
about it
corner.
too. Like that it was supposed to be coming out this year. So,
I already have Moana 2 coming out, and I need to prep for that. I can't have this as well.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with waiting for it if it means we're going to get a better project out of it. Remember, my whole thing is I'm willing to wait if it means we're going to get better quality.
Yeah, definitely. And it could be just they decided to free up scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it could also be that it doesn't fit in with the way that they have their schedule set up. So it's like, hey, we've got this story that needs to be told, or this movie had to be delayed, so we have to push this story back, which means Spider-Man needs to be pushed to this time, something like that.
And it might, like what you're saying is, it might not even be Marvel stuff. It could be what's coming to Disney Plus stuff. They're like, hey, we're overloading Disney Plus right now. Spread it out.
Oh, especially when you look at that schedule for Marvel. Remember, they were trying to do like one project a year or something like that, and that schedule for next year is intense. But I'm all for it.
It's cray. Was that our last rumor?
That was our last rumor. So let's move in, guys, because
we can put a lid on the rumors.
Oh yeah. Well, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for rumors. It is now time to get into the download.
For more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post. Let us know what you're nerding out on. All right, let's start off fast, like zombies are supposed to be. 28 years later, star Ralph Fiennes. Let's go with
Ralph Fiennes.
Recently offered up some new details regarding the trilogy of films by Danny Boyle and Alex Garland. Fiennes confirmed it's 3 films, so like a brand new trilogy, and then revealed of which 2 have already been shot, which we kind of talked about before. Right. The actor went on to say Britain is 28 years into this terrible plague of infected people who are violent rabid humans with a few pockets of uninfected communities, and it centers on a young boy who wants to find a doctor to help his dying mother. He leads his mother through this beautiful northern English terrain, maybe through the Pale. But, of course, around them, hiding in forests and hills and woods, are the infected. The sequel is titled 28 Years Later, Part 2, The Boner Family Reunion. No, just kidding. The sequel is 28 Years Later, Part 2, The Bone Temple.
Oh, wow.
The Boner
I don't know which title's worse. The Bone Temple.
This is where you go and worship the bones.
Worship the bone.
Worship the bones. All right, well, moving into this next story here. Stephen King stories are for kids. Stephen King has written a new animated horror short film, which is expected to be released online in the coming days. The short was produced by Dark Corners Films, a series on YouTube from filmmaker Kate Siegel, Kersey Fox, and Mally Elfman. The YouTube channel features a series of short animated horror films for young children designed as a fun gateway into the genre. 6 of the shorts are available now on YouTube, and I'm going to go ahead and post the link in the chat. But for those of you who are listening later, it's www.youtube.com/@darkcornersfilms.
All right. Some Stephen King bedtime stories. I'm into it. I'll Never Sleep Again.
Yeah.
Katie Seagal. That's like Married with Children, Katie Seagal,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Katie Siegel's awesome, dude.
Seagal?
Katie Siegel.
Cool. All right.
She's not related to Steven Seagal, and I'm pretty sure no one wants to be related to that guy anymore.
Yeah, no, they don't. I'm pretty sure most people didn't want to in the beginning either.
They're trying to keep him away with some Krav Maga, if you know what I mean.
It turns out he doesn't know any of that stuff. But yes, let's go ahead and move on to the next story here.
in Look at All the Pretty Colors news. And yeah, Film Nation Entertainment is looking to start an action franchise with a film project titled Painter. Like as in, you paint.
You paint Alan Richman's body?
And they've cast Alan Ritchson and Amber Midthunder to star in the movie. The script for Painter was written by Derek Kolstad, who did John Wick, the original John Wick. And it will be directed by Logan, Avatar, and Roadhouse stunt coordinator Garrett Warren. Lil Mini Tiny Opsis. Jackson Pollock was a hack synopsis.
Oh, sorry. I was doing something on the back end here. Little Mini Tiny Opsis. Jackson Pollock was a hack synopsis.
Painter centers on a young woman trained from a young age who must employ every skill in her arsenal to rescue her father after he's kidnapped. So Drew Simon, Infrared president of production, said in a statement, Painter will be a seminal action hero film, making Midthunder into this generation's Sarah Connor. If you don't know who Sarah Connor is, Google it. We love Kolstad's high-octane script, and we know with Garrett Warren at the helm, this film will kickstart an exciting new franchise in the world of action. Ritchson is also a producer on the film, along with Drew Simon, Kolstad, Josh Adler, and Dan Spillo. So are we praying this movie reaches franchise standards?
I like both actors, so I'm into it.
Yeah.
And the director's good too. So, it's, I think between the acting, the writing, and the actors, I think it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Well, moving on here are you in any need of assistance, my lady? News.
My lady.
You gotta have that slight tremble in your voice because like Christopher Lee had that tremble. My lady.
Who's that lady?
Are you in need of assistance, my lady?
My lady.
Christopher Lee's voice will be used in WB's upcoming Middle-earth anime film, The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Lee played Saruman in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy and also appeared in the Hobbit movies, but the character will return in The War of the Rohirrim with Lee's voice. During an interview with the One Ring writer and producer Philippa Boyens explained how they were able to use Lee's own voice for Saruman's part in the movie, and no, it wasn't an AI thing.
I mean, of course, somebody doing that wouldn't say that they were doing that.
Right. And I was wondering about this because I hadn't gotten a chance to read the story ahead of time. Boyens explained that after receiving a letter from Lee before he passed and talking to his late widow, they decided to use an old recording from the archives. The recordings that were found came from one of Lee's later performances in the Hobbit franchise. The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim will be released theatrically on December 13th, 2024. So that's not too far away.
No, it's not. Just in time. That's
pretty
for
cool, though.
Holiday.
I figured if it wasn't going to be AI, it had to be something that was like they were just reusing old recordings, and it seems like that's what they did. It was from a performance that he did, probably like an unused performance that they did with The Hobbit.
That's
cool. Yeah.
Was he a good guy in The Hobbit?
No, he kind of was, but at that point, like,
was he ever really a good guy?
He was a white wizard, so technically he was a good guy. But I mean, like he turned his back on Middle Earth. So
no, white wizard just means that he faced like his greatest foe and defeated it. That's what it means. I'm just saying.
What happens when you turn gray?
Grays, they're just different levels.
Yeah.
Of blue wizards.
Of white and gray are different levels of blue.
Of the blue wizards.
Well, there's also brown and brown.
Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like
that's Radagast.
Radagast the Brown. And he was like a nature wizard. So
yeah. Think of like the
what's
Green
higher up?
Man.
I'm thinking of like karate belts, and I'm so confused. So who's
why is the white
so the
belt
white
the
belt
highest?
is the white belt's the highest, but then Gandalf turned gray after
No,
that, right?
he went from gray to white.
My hair's going from
by the
gray
third
to white.
movie, by the third movie, he was Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
Because
he kind of remembered his past and kind of didn't.
Right, because he fought and he technically won, but he also died in the process. But he fought a
Chad said that the colors had nothing to do with their level.
But he fought a Balrog.
Yeah.
It's a fire demon. Those things are massive too.
Yeah, but it's like that. And when he came back, I don't know if he died or not. I don't think he did in the book. I don't think he did. But he came back but he didn't really remember everything.
Right. So. Well, let's continue on here because we do have like 14 stories to get through. So.
Oh my gosh, come on now. Ooh, okay, all right. The future's so bright you gotta wear shades. The highly anticipated crossover between ABC's Abbott Elementary, which is a great show, and FX's It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, longest running sitcom, just got bigger. It was already revealed that Sunny characters will show up on the Abbott Elementary this season, and now it's been revealed that it's part of a 2-episode event. The Abbott teachers will also show up at the Sunny hangout with the gang at Patty's Pub. I kind of like this a lot more now.
I kind of think
it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I want to see how the teachers are going to react, like going to Patty's Pub.
You know what I like about this? Like, it's
going to be a dick to them.
It's 2 sitcoms, very funny. They're crossing over, but they're not on the same network. Well, I mean, they're kind of owned by the same company, but like, they're not on the same network, you know? So it's kind of fun how it's kind of crossing.
Yeah, it's Disney owned. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Disney owns FX now, right? So I mean, that's yeah.
But I think it's just kind of different. Earlier this month, Abbott creator and star Quinta Brunson and Sunny star Rob McElhenney revealed that the 2 shows will be joining up for a very special episode of Abbott Elementary. The mashup made sense given that both shows are set in Philadelphia, which is kind of cool. And they're both owned by Disney. The Sunny cast already shot their scenes for Abbott's episode 409, so 4th season, 9th episode.
4th season, 9th episode, yeah.
In a storyline that will take up the full half hour, Olsen revealed the Turnabout crossover Thursday that on the red carpet of Variety's Power of Women event. She said, it's very fun about shooting the Abbott episode, and they'll be jumping into our world in a couple of weeks, which is very exciting. So it's been really fun for both of our casts to be able to do, and them a cable show and us a network show. Kind of fun. The Sunny on Abbott episode will air first. Charlie Day's character will have a pretty significant storyline. I kind of
God. I'm waiting to see. It's like, you know, like Charlie went to Abbott Elementary and like flunked.
Yeah.
That sounds like something like the gang would do.
The gang goes to school or something. It'll be called
right.
Something like that.
I can just imagine the title card in my head right now.
Schumacher talked about the breaking the story. He said, at first, it was kind of a joke that the 2 shows would cross over. On paper, it feels like they'd be a real tonal mishmash, which is kind of true. Have you guys watched Abbott Elementary?
I think I've seen an episode.
It's very The Office, fourth wall breaking kind of interview style comedy,
like mockumentary type thing.
Yeah, totally. But then Rob and Charlie came to our writer's room and we hashed out some real broad stroke ideas. From there, we emailed back and forth, beat sheets, and then an outline. They were super game for everything. All those concerns that we had about the tones of the show butting against each other were alleviated. And the second we started filming with Charlie, which Abbott teachers will get blackout drunk and which will record it all for bribery later. I love it.
Well, we know it's oh God. I'm forgetting his name right now.
The younger teacher?
No, the brother on Always Sunny.
Oh,
brother.
Rob's best friend.
Glenn?
Yeah, but his name's not Daniel. What is his name in it? I can't remember.
One of the twins. I'm trying to remember his name. The guy that plays Rob's wife in real life, Olsen. Her brother, Frank's son.
Dennis.
Oh yeah, and that is Glenn Howerton or whatever.
Yeah, Dennis 100% is the one that's bribing everybody.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's very much a Dennis thing.
Right. Yeah. I think it'll be fun. And yeah, it is very unexpected, but when hasn't Always Sunny not been unexpected?
We skipped over Chad's stuff on Lord of the Rings. The Maiar are different entities in Middle Earth.
I was talking with them in the chat.
Gotcha.
So the wizards are a separate race. They're called the Maiar. They're technically, aren't they like technically immortal?
I thought they were more like elementals.
Frey, you're a Maiar? Is that what it is? What era are you in? Are you in?
Not like,
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, like not immortal, but they have like a really, really, really long lifespan. Like they live for a really long time.
Your shirt's black. Are you in the Frey the Black era right now? Or
yes, I am.
I love it.
Thank you for noticing.
You're welcome.
That's what it was. Yeah, they're more like angels
without wings.
Right, but I mean,
just stabs.
Yeah. All right, well, moving on to the next story here.
Is this a bad omen?
Potentially.
Prime Video's fantasy drama Good Omens will no longer get a full third season to close out the story. The series will now come to an end with one 90-minute episode. The series was put on pause following the sexual assault allegations brought against creator and writer Neil Gaiman. Yep. Not long after that, Gaiman offered to step away from the series so that it could continue. While Gaiman contributed to the writing of the series finale, he will not be working on the production, and his production company, The Blank Corporation, is no longer involved. A new writer will come in to finish up the work. It is sad we won't get a full third season of Good Omens, but at least the series will get an ending. Yeah. I do have a kind of synopsis. Previously on Good Omens Opsis, The Angels We Need synopsis.
Previously on Good Omens Opsis, The Angels We Need synopsis.
This fantasy series sees Azrael and Crowley team up to form an unlikely duo. The two have become overly fond of life on Earth, and they are forced into forming an alliance in an attempt to stop the approaching Armageddon. No release date on the 90-minute ending of Good Omens.
It's sad that what is happening is happening. Again, it bothers me to no avail that Neil Gaiman is dealing with the things that he's dealing with. If he did it it changes so much on how I feel about him because he is one of my favorite writers, and it really bothers me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I mean, he did offer to step away, but
can you separate the creator from the work?
I think Harry Potter fans have been asking themselves that question for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can. I think it's more of like a level of disbelief because he's been such an advocate for so many things, and especially like with like stuff like that now these allegations pop up, and it's just like, man, it really sucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's interesting how you can. There's some instances like this where you can separate the creator from the work and let the work stand on its own. There's other times where it's like you just can't. Like, I don't, whether they're allegations or truths, it's just hard to figure out how to navigate something like this. But at least the show's getting a closure.
Right? Yeah, because I think it'll be good to at least get the closure, but it's disappointing.
It is very disappointing. Let's go ahead and move on because it's kind of a downer at this point. More Vox, now with more Machina. Prime Video announced that Critical Role's hit animated series, The Legend of Vox Machina, has been renewed for season 4. Melissa Wolf, head of animation at Amazon MGM Studio, said in a statement, "The fantastic team at Critical Role and Titmouse continues to deliver captivating seasons of The Legend of Vox Machina, and we are excited for more to come."
No, she's French. You're supposed to do it in with the French voice.
Oh, did I say it wrong? Oh no, he said it wrong.
The fantastic team at Critical Role and Titmouse. It's a
I believe it's pronounced rat boob. No,
it's a rat boob. Continues to deliver captivating seasons of The Legend of Vox Machina, and we are excited for more to come.
Pavlova.
Oui, oui.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
RSVP.
RSVP.
It's not bad.
There's an opsis. James, why don't you do it?
An optos.
Yes.
There is the season 3 opsis of Chaotic Goodness synopsis.
The season 3 opsis of Chaotic Goodness synopsis.
That works though.
There we go. The Chroma Conclave's path of destruction spreads like wildfire while the Cinder King hunts down the Vox Machina. Our lovable band of misfits must rise above inner and outer demons to try and save their loved ones. Tal'Dorei and all of Exandria. Thorduk turns his attention to Vox Machina after their victory over the Black Dragon Umbrasyl. Although the adventurers have grown more powerful during their travels with the collection of several vestiges of divergence, they're rowdy, they're ragtag, they're misfits turned mercenaries for hire. Vox Machina is more interested in easy money and cheap ale than actually protecting the realm. But when the kingdom is threatened by evil, the boisterous crew realizes that they are the only ones capable of restoring justice. What begins as a simple payday is now the origin story behind Exandria's newest heroes. The Legend of Vox Machina is an Amazon MGM Studio Critical Role and Titty Mouse production for Prime Video.
Rat boob.
The 3-episode season 3 finale is now streaming.
I like that show. I'm gonna go back.
Rat boob. You're a rat boob.
I took a pause from that show, but because I was the only one watching it, Jenny didn't want to watch it, but I like it. It's fun.
I'm not real into it, and Husby's into it, and so's Shadu. So I'm like, you all have fun with that.
Maybe it's a dude show. Look at we're dudes.
I mean, it's very much a D&D show. So
yeah, I'm just like, I'd rather play it instead of watch it. But okay.
Yeah,
it's just there's something about the way Critical Role does their stuff because they're just fucking hilarious when you watch them. So
yeah, no, I've seen some of their stuff like on their YouTube channel. Yeah. So yeah,
I dig it. Okay, keeping it going. They're bringing Squid Game back. Yeah.
Hold on.
L.A. Night. Yeah.
There have been reports over the past year that David Fincher is looking to develop an American version of Squid Game for Netflix. All right, David Fincher. Deadline confirmed those reports and says Fincher has been developing the project over the past 2 years with Netflix. If true, he could jump into production sooner rather than later and could start shooting in 2025 for Netflix. There are no other details revealed, but it will be interesting to see what Fincher does with this franchise that's on Netflix. Fincher has a long relationship with Netflix, developing projects from the likes of House of Cards, Mindhunter, and the animated series Love, Death, and Robots, which all were on Netflix. He also directed Mank and The Killer for the streaming service. Which one, you ask? Netflix.
Which is called Netflix.
And isn't there a current Squid Games going on right now? Or is this like Hunger Games, but just for Netflix?
I think what's going on is, so I know season 1 obviously takes place in Korea. The second season is supposed to be taking place in another country.
Mm-hmm.
I think what David Fincher is probably developing is like the same game, but when it takes place in the US.
Oh, okay.
Probably doing like American sensibilities, or he is completely reworking the whole thing and making an American version, which at that point I don't feel like is necessary. I think the show is as good as it is by itself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing something that's in universe, I'm fine with that. If it's just something like we're recreating and redoing the entire show, I feel like that's unnecessary for Netflix.
It's like Murder Olympics.
It's,
going from country to country.
Yeah, it is. It's like, okay.
If you remember at the end of season 1, they pull up a bunch of records and they show like, okay, here are the winners from the last Squid Game in this country. And they show at the end of the first season that every year when they do the Squid Game, it's in a different country.
Oh.
So I think
so it is like the Olympics, but it's just yearly. Yeah. It's like the Hunger Games versus the Olympics.
Yeah. So like I feel like they if it's Fincher is doing like what happens in the US, I'm okay with that as long as it's something that the creator signs off on and not just like, oh, well, Netflix owns it, so we can do whatever the hell we want with it. I think that's just dumb. I think if it's the creator of Netflix is like, hey, David Fincher's a great director, great writer, so that'd be cool to see him do his version of the Squid Games in the US.
Yeah. I haven't watched the other one, so.
Right. Also, the audio audience isn't going to understand what's happening right now, but
did you watch their reality contest show?
I did actually. It was
I actually really liked it.
Yeah. There was definitely the dude I hated the most got eliminated pretty early. The super
kind of younger jock guy.
Yeah, super cocky jock guy. I was so happy when he got eliminated.
I forgot he showed up on another show that was also on Netflix. It might have been like a not Love Is Blind type show, but it was I think it was like a game show like that, like a love show type thing. I need to look that up.
Like Love Island or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah. But he was still a cocky jerk.
Yeah.
Only on Netflix.
That you love to hate.
All right, well, moving on to the next story here.
The field trip to Tatooine is canceled.
Oh,
but
no.
I was going to go to Tashi Station for some power converters. But I was going to go to Tashi Station for some power converters. We stepped on each other's line. Screenwriter Stephen Knight has exited Star Wars film projects as he's working on the set focused. As he was working on that, is set to focus on Daisy Ridley's Rey Skywalker. The screenwriter left the Rey Skywalker movie.
James is like, I don't even know what I wrote. I'm just skipping this.
There's too many small, like, is
So
set
screenwriter
on...
Stephen Knight has exited the Star Wars film project he was working on that is set to focus on Daisy Ridley's Rey Skywalker.
There's too many little words. Too many little words in there. Knight signed on to the project.
James like, words.
Too many words. Knight signed onto the project back in 2023. No reason was given as to why Knight left the project, but Knight has been deep in development on his Peaky Blinders movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for Netflix?
Oh, it 100% is for Netflix.
So maybe that's at least part of the reason why he's leaving. Lucasfilm is now active. Wait, Peaky Blinders, the film that's coming out, isn't going to Netflix. I think it's going to be in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
I believe.
I think it's also going to be on Netflix.
Okay. Lucasfilm is now actively talking with other writers to take a crack at the story. Just the way that's phrased, like, can somebody do this for us?
Yeah, just put something together.
We have millions of dollars and Disney owns us, but we don't know what to do. Can somebody help?
We will give you those millions of dollars.
Please, somebody. Crack at the story, which has been said to chronicle Rey's efforts to start a new Jedi Academy. The film is set over a decade after the events of the rise of Skywalker, and it will focus on Rey as she builds up a new Jedi Order.
Hello there.
The movie is still being directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, who previously directed episodes of 2022's Disney Plus series Miss Marvel. Okay. Do we think it's going to be more Hogwarts or Hunger Games?
Look, I was hungry when I did most of this, okay?
You were hungry for some hogs?
More Hogwarts or Hunger Games? I'm hoping it's going to be more Jedi Academy. Like the game. Because that was like...
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people absolutely love Jedi Academy. If they take some of that lore and include that in there, I think that would make it something a little more digestible. Just go with a theme here.
Hunger.
Be a little bit more digestible for Star Wars fans who are absolutely hating on everything Star Wars nowadays. So
when does Jedi Academy take place? Like what era of Star Wars?
Jedi Academy is post it's this era. It's post Empire or Empire Strikes Back. Sorry, post Jedi.
So New Republic era.
Yeah, it would take place where the New Republic took over. Obviously, you can't do Jedi Academy anymore because that whole storyline it can't exist in the way that they've structured Star Wars with the sequel movies. But I mean, like, it would be cool if they did, Jedi Academy and we got Dak in there and you kind of get some of the characters that everybody wishes were still a part of the universe.
Okay.
I'm sure Saewong is in here going like, "Oh man, I would love if they brought Dak Rendar back and stuff like that."
Yeah.
Rendar. Oh, speaking of bringing it back, breaking news from Destro777. What do we got here? Taco Bell has an 80s menu with Mexi Melts and Gorditas. Is it back? Wait, seriously, is it back? Seriously,
I don't know. Gorditas would be amazing if they brought those back too.
Well, they've been talking about bringing the Mexi Melts back.
What's a Mexi Melt?
It's like a burrito.
Yes, it has a tortilla. It has meat.
It's a tortilla. Well, yeah, it has meat. It has cheese, and they just kind of melt it. So they melt it all together. So it's gooey. And I like to remove the meat from mine, have them remove the meat and add beans. And that's how I like my Mexi Melts.
So it's a taco that was like sitting around too long?
No, it's like a smushy burrito. It's really good. It's kind of like a quesadilla and a burrito together.
Like if they had a baby?
Mm-hmm.
Like if a quesadilla and a burrito had a baby?
Yep.
What do they call it? A quesarito? What is Mexi Melt?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Taco Bell.
I will. Excuse me, Mr. Taco Bell.
Okay, so they're
Mr. Bell.
Apparently, they're testing an '80s menu in certain places. Because I was like, every time we see this anywhere, and then
is any of it in our places?
Oh, this was back in August. Okay.
I like that when like we forget an actor's name or a character's name, we'll sit here and just stare at the screen at each other, waiting for somebody else to look it up. But when somebody says fucking Mexi Melt, you're jumping on your research bandwagon. J. Jonah Jameson over here.
Yeah. So just to throw it out here, they were doing a limited nostalgic menu, and it was only in Irvine and Fullerton. They had a 60s tostada.
That's a bummer.
They had a 70s green burrito. They had, for the 80s, they had the Mexi Melt. For the 90s, they had the beef gordita supreme. And for the 2000s, they brought back the caramel empanada.
What? You didn't say that last one right.
Caramel apple empanada.
Okay, empanada. You did that thing where like you forget half the word, and then you say it's your accent. You just forgot half the word. Just say you forgot half the word.
I didn't forget half the word. I said empanada.
You said empanada.
What would a banana empanada taste like?
A banana?
Like a banana cream pie?
It tastes like a turron.
That'd be good. Like can you imagine like banana pudding in an empanada?
Yeah, it'd be less sugar. Aaron, they brought back the enchilito for a little bit.
Hold on with all your banana, craziness. Filipinos already got this. All right, we're already deep frying bananas. All right.
Oh, we do that too.
We're wrapping this shit in a lumpia, egg roll wrapper. We're wrapping bananas in a lumpia egg roll wrapper. We're deep frying that motherfucker, throwing sugar on top, and we're calling it
palm oil.
It's called turron. You can whatever oil you want.
Yeah, in Central America, we have a savory version of that, and it's fried plátano. They were fried plantains, but it's plátano.
And also like you got like bananas Foster, you got the banana split, you got banana pudding.
We're obviously hungry. We got to continue on with these stories.
I was saying there's a lot of banana options. So why not an empanada?
We got into these I don't know how we got into Taco Bell, but let's continue on here.
I did it.
Oh,
damn you, Cobra. Damn you.
Cobra again.
Threw off this show. I don't even know where I scrolled past this. I don't know where we are.
In Jedi's Never Say Die news.
Jedi never say die. Now do the truffle shuffle.
We have a new image from Star Wars Skeleton Crew. It's right there on the screen. That was shared by Empire and shows Jude Law's Jedi character Jad Nanawood. Okay. In a cave of some kind of mysterious writing etched into the wall. You see the writing?
Writing on the wall?
Yeah. So
I see it.
The writing on the wall.
And that is an 80s menu from Taco Bell.
It is. So yeah.
I knew how to read Arabesh.
Yep.
That looks like an 80s menu from Taco
Bell. That doesn't even look like Arabesh.
It's not. The writing
does look like
resembles the runes and glyphs that were seen in Ahsoka. A connection between the shows isn't surprising, as Skeleton Crew is set in the same era as Ahsoka and The Mandalorian. The series has been described as a galactic version of classic Amblin coming-of-age adventure films of the 80s. So E.T. So I have an opsis, a bare bones opsis with force powers and an English accent synopsis.
A bare bones opsis with force powers and an English accent synopsis. Synopsis.
Love it. Skeleton Crew follows the journey of 4 kids who make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet, then get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy, crossing paths with the likes of Jod Na Wood, the mysterious character played by Law. Find their way home, and meeting unlikely allies and enemies will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. Cue the heartstring music. The series was initially pitched to Lucasfilms as Goonies in Star Wars, and it was created by John Watts. And the series will start streaming on Disney Plus on December 3rd, 2024, with the first 2 episodes.
See, Disney Plus is already going to have a brand new Star Wars show at the same time that, Neighborhood Friendly Spiderman would have been out.
Yeah, that's probably why they pushed it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that's what they're trying to do. People are seeing it as separate, but a lot of people that watch the Star Wars stuff also watch the MCU stuff. So it is a lot of stuff to watch.
Yeah. No, I
Even when what was it? What was just happening? Was it Agatha and the Penguin? I guess it's still happening.
Yeah, but that's 2 different it's 2 different companies though. Like that's DC and Marvel.
But to the fan like us that are watching it, it ends up becoming a lot if you're watching that plus whatever other shows you're watching. Like when there's 2 must-watch shows happening at the same time.
I don't have a problem with that at all. I have Penguin is for Sundays and
look at this guy.
for fucking Wednesdays.
Sundays are for Penguin. This guy.
Husby was like, he thought that Agatha was on tonight, and he was upset when I told him he wasn't. He is so invested. So am I. So we'll get into that like at the end, because I have a couple of questions I want answered. Like I
picture Husby like just off screen, and he like walked in with like a witch's robe, and he's like down the road, and you're like, no, it's tomorrow. No,
I'm like, no.
I can just hear him going. I can just hear him.
God damn
it! You have to go play video games.
I have to go play Apex Legends now.
Oh yeah, and but it was just funny. He was like, "Oh, it's not," and I was like, "No, but it's 2 episodes tomorrow." And he was like, "Fine." I mean, it was funny.
Are they airing both episodes tomorrow?
Yeah, it's the finale tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, because they want to be done before Halloween. They wanted it to be like an October thing.
And before election drama. So, yeah.
I did not realize that they were dropping both episodes tomorrow.
That's why we're here for you, young Phil. We're here to entertain you and inform you because we are distance nerding.
That's exactly it. Let's move on to this next story here. The Tatooine field trip is back on, baby. Yeah. Aren't you excited, Dad?
No. Now I can go to Tashi Station for my power converters.
His grandfather is not excited about that.
Yeah.
Marvel Comics and Lucasfilm. Huh?
His grandpappy?
His grandpappy. Marvel Comics and Lucasfilm have announced a new comic book series titled Star Wars Legacy of Vader, and it will continue to explore Kylo Ren. The comic will be written by Charles Soule, Star Wars The Rise of Kylo Ren, and Star Wars Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. Soule, I think that's a French name, right? Soule said in an interview with StarWars.com, when fans talk to me about my Star Wars work, 2 of my Marvel comic runs come up more than almost anything else. My 2017 run on Darth Vader with Giuseppe
That's a
Camuncoli.
Super Star Wars name.
Giuseppe Camuncoli. I had my tongue got twisted as I was saying it. 2019 series, The Rise of Kylo Ren with Will Sliney. I think both of those work. Oh my god! I didn't realize how long this is.
There's a page 2.
So well, in part because okay, I can't do this anymore. In part because they were set in parts of the Star Wars timeline full of unanswered questions about characters and audience really loves. This new series is not just the combination of those two books, but also a chance to explore an extremely rich section of the timeline that's almost entirely open, Kylo Ren's time as Supreme Leader of the First Order. The story begins with a journey to Mustafar, where Ren will descend into Vader's castle. It's kind of cool to see him go into the Citadel. That's kind of dope. Later issues will take Kylo to the familiar sands of Tatooine as he tries to unlock the secrets of his family's past, mainly why his grandfather hated sand so much and why he killed the women and the children too.
Mm-hmm.
First stop on the reunion tour, the planet Granddad was horribly scarred on.
All right. Okay.
Move along.
So this is the First Order is in power already.
Right.
And he's just trying to do some kind of
It's like right after
Jedi
he faces Luke, but before Rise of the Skywalker, I think.
Right. So this is before he actually made the lightsaber that's in the picture right now.
No,
he made that lightsaber after he fought. He had that confrontation with Luke. He didn't make that lightsaber until he hooked up with Snoke.
Right. No, he's the First Order, and remember, in the second movie, The Last Jedi, he faces off against Luke.
Gotcha. So this is the second. So this is in between episode.
That's what I got from that.
8 and episode 9.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, yeah, because it's got to be before all that.
In
because
between
he dies at the end of 9. Sorry, spoiler alert. For something that's been out forever.
So rude.
Because like for some reason in my head I was thinking this was like before okay, no, I get it. Kylo's time as Supreme Leader. Okay, so yeah, that would have been after that time. So yeah. I don't know. I kind of like in my head dismissed the whole Supreme Leader part, and I was thinking this was before the events of episode 7. So like between 6 and 7. And this is like when Kylo becomes Kylo Ren, but then I'm like, oh wait, no, wait. You're right. Supreme Leader, so this would have been after episode 8.
That's okay. It's fine.
No, it's okay. But
Move along.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next story here.
Oh, James. He's serving up anxiety to the fans. Martha is canon. Why did you say that name? Canon. James Gunn's DCU was supposed to be a whole new DC franchise that isn't connected to any of the previous films, but apparently they are. Yeah, sure. Just make it a rule.
Okay.
While speaking at New York Comic Con, James Gunn revealed some elements of the previous universe that will be canon in the new universe. He said, there are references to things that happened in the past, and those references then become canon in the DCU because we can, or because we mentioned them. While Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and more are being rebooted, Gunn's The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker are definitely crossing over into the new universe, so that could be the referenced content. Okay. The first project to be released by DC Studios is Creature Commandos, which looks amazing, which is connected to the Suicide Squad in certain ways. We also know that Blue Beetle will be part of Gunn's new DC universe. As for Man of Steel, Justice League, The Flash, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, Gunn has said in the past they were not part of the new direction for the DC studios. Will we see Blue Beetle and the Suicide Squad in the new DCU? Maybe.
I don't think he'd be part of the Suicide Squad. He's a Justice League member, so
like separately
but continuing on is what.
Well, we see Blue Beetle and also the Suicide Squad.
Pause. Okay. And the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
For some reason, I thought you said in the Suicide Squad.
Oh.
No, but you know what's interesting? Like, yes, Peacemaker, yes, Suicide Squad, sure, that makes sense. Those are Gunn projects, but technically, Flash and Aquaman were in Peacemaker, right?
Yes,
at the very end. So,
but you did fuck fish.
Could be there. Could be there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But I do like that he's not negating what's existed.
Right.
Because some people really love Man of Steel and Justice League and, Batfleck and Gal Gadot. Like, yeah, those were all they all had good qualities to, not the best films per se, but they all had good qualities. Like, bring over what works. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I dig it. Alrighty then. So let's jump into the main download stories here.
More DC. Give me more DC.
Do you want me to do it? I can do
it.
Okay. Trading in a blue bee suit for a bald cat? I think he shaved his head. We are less than 9 months away from the release of James Gunn's highly anticipated DC kickoff, Superman, where we will see his take on the classic comic book character as well as the villainous Lex Luthor. The supervillain is being played by Nicholas Hoult, and he caught up with Deadline at AFI Fest recently, where he chatted about the film and the role. Hoult said, "I'm a fan of Superman and Lex Luthor as characters. So hopefully we've done something special with it and that people enjoy." He also praised Gunn, saying, "I just love working with James Gunn. I think he's an incredible director and has such a great sense of that world, that story, those characters. I just put my trust in him." Ooh. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't do that. Filming for Superman wrapped in July, with Gunn expressing his gratitude, saying, "God bless our cast and crew, whose commitment, creativity, and hard work have brought this project to life. I set out to make a movie about a good man in a world that isn't always so much. And the goodness and kindness and love I've encountered on a daily basis on the set has inspired me and thrust me forward when I felt too spent to move on my own. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. It has been an honor." Superman will fly into theaters on July 11th, 2025.
Easy, James Gunn. This is the first movie. You got many
you're
phases
the 10,
to do.
And we need you at a 6.
Yeah, I'm actually really
easy.
I'm really interested in seeing what Nicholas Holt's take is on Lex Luthor. Is he going to be more of the snarky businessman? Is he going to be more of the thief? Where are we getting with the way James Gunn, the direction that he's going in? What it seems like. I'm hoping it's the snarky businessman and it's the guy that becomes President Lex.
I really want him to be the scientific genius, because he is. That's how he started his company. Right. So put that in there. But he does, to me, he looks the most like Lex Luthor, like comic accurate.
Lex Luthor. Yeah.
Yeah, he really does. Like his head shape and everything. His eyebrows, you have to have strong eyebrows to be Lex. And he does. And I'm
like looking at this picture, he 100% has that look and feel of Lex Luthor. And again, I would love to see the Lex Luthor that is the mechanical genius, that is the shrewd businessman, the guy who is willing to essentially destroy the world in order to stop Superman because he thinks Superman's a threat. You know, like it's that version of Lex that we've been wanting for a long time. Because again, that version of Lex leads to the storyline where Lex becomes the president, and now he has this whole fight with Superman going on, this power grab. You know, you can't kill the president, that kind of thing. You know, but then that also gives him the kryptonite powered suit.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, like those are versions of Lex that we need, and I think Nicholas Hoult can pull those off.
Yeah, absolutely. And he can be really charming and can play it really genuine, and then turn around and be really vicious. So, like, I've seen him do it in other stuff. So.
Right.
It's gonna be fun.
I think this picture solidified it for me, because I was kind of like, Nicholas Hoult. I mean, he's a good actor, but I don't know if he's gonna pull off the look. And seeing this, he looks dead on Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Like you can see why he picked him, because he looks amazing.
It has to be the eyebrows. I'm just telling you, it's got to be the eyebrows.
As long as he looks good in a green and purple exosuit, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Any other comments on this before we move on?
Nope.
All right, let's move on to this next story.
Hashtag Lex did everything wrong.
Swinging over to some Spidey news, Sony Pictures has officially set Marvel's Spider-Man 4 for July 24th, 2026. All right, that's good news. Tom Holland is set to reprise his role, and Shang-Chi filmmaker Destin Daniel Cretton is directing. I like this.
Nice.
Holland recently revealed that he and Zendaya read a draft of the script 3 weeks ago, and he expressed his excitement about the direction of the film. The film will take the story. Tom Holland recently appeared as a guest on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Total setup. I don't know if you guys watched Total Setup. And while there, he confirmed that Spider-Man 4 will start shooting in the summer of 2025. I like it. Spider-Man 4 will swing into theaters July 24th, 2026.
So I'm excited on if he's excited for it, and I know that Tom's kind of a big Spider-Man fan now. Like I'm kind of excited to see what storyline they actually end up going with, what characters show up in the movie. I don't want to see more of the same.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Meaning, I don't want to see them redoing what they've done in the past. So, as much as I want to see Venom and Spider-Man on screen together, I don't think we need Venom right away. But at the same time, it would make sense going into Secret Wars. This would be an excuse to get the symbiote and give Spider-Man the black suit.
Yeah.
You know, because Secret Wars is where in the comics is where the original Secret Wars is where he gets the black suit. And if they rewrote the origin of the black suit, because again, the Secret Wars origin of the black suit does not make sense in today's like storytelling thing.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a machine. I'm gonna go and grab this pellet and make my suit black. Sweet. You know, but like doing something where we get a symbiote, and maybe finally get a good version of Venom, because the they have not done well with that movie.
Did you see the new one?
I haven't seen it yet, and all the reviews are bad, and all of the I think they said that they made less than Madam Web's first weekend.
Oh,
when did you start caring about reviews? Come on, you just want to
no, but I'm just saying, like, that says a lot about the film. Again, I'm already upset that they put Noel in it, because I already said that they didn't earn the right to put Noel in that movie.
But did you watch Madam Web?
I still haven't.
See, you could be like happily surprised, right? You'd be like, oh, wasn't that bad?
As happily surprised as I was when I watched Morbius and almost threw up. So there you go.
Okay, nobody said Morbius. Okay, let's not jump ahead. Let's,
you know, and just as happy as I'm gonna be when I watch Abs McLion face later. So
Okay.
That's what they should have called the movie.
Abs
And
McLine.
not connected it at all to
Yeah.
that would
So
have
this
probably made more money.
The
may or may not be related to Spider-Man.
the non-Russian Abs McLion face.
Yeah.
If they called it that Abs McLine face, they're like, dude, it's just a ripoff of, fucking I can't remember his name.
Totally a fake.
Craven. And then it shows like the lion biting him, and then everybody else, all the fanboys would be like, oh yeah, that's not Craven. That's not Craven. Totally throw him off.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I am excited to see what they're gonna do with it. Again, Tom Holland getting excited with it, Zendaya getting excited with it. I do also want to see if they just completely go left field with these characters, right? Because I mean, like at this point, he's in his own universe. It is very Spider-Man, but it also doesn't follow exactly what's going on in the comics. We don't have Mary Jane Watson. If Zendaya's back, more than likely she's still going to be MJ. And we're probably not going to get Mary Jane Watson. Probably not going to get Hartman. We're probably not going to get Gwen Stacy, which I mean, they've been talking about how they want to do Ghost Spider. So I mean, you would need to introduce Gwen Stacy at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Come on, look. People are clamoring for you to watch Madam Web. Maybe it's a double feature night. Maybe it's Madam Web with some Taco Bell, some Mexi Melts, We'll spin it up into some Madam Web, and then afterwards you go see Venom. I like that.
God, it's just that totally sounds like a graveyard night. Let me just torture myself and watch a bunch of bad movies.
Right.
Just double up on the bad films. Maybe you get some bad Taco Bell. It'll make the experience good.
So
and then you get food poisoning for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So Sandra and Jeff suggested that if we start a Patreon, that one of the tiers is all of us watching Madam Web and doing like commentary on it.
Oh, okay. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did you like my suggestions?
Which one? Oh, yes. In the chat, I did actually.
Okay.
I went and read that today because it doesn't send me notifications, so I just have to go in the room and check it every now and then.
I just thought it was funny. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to answer these questions.
Yeah.
Share with the rest of the class. What?
So I was asking about what were like reward tiers that people want if we start a Patreon. And
I don't think I answered that one.
What was it? If we started a Patreon, what would you like to see? And Frey said more segments about time zones. James must attend all the segments.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I will be late, just so you know. I will be late for every segment.
Yeah, because you're in Pacific time.
Yeah.
But just to throw it out there again, just for everybody who's listening, I also asked, what would you like to see more of on the show? Of course, James said more merch. Real Sketchy Nevada said Mad Lib style interviews, and actually I like the idea of that. And then he said more indie creators.
Why don't you interview him in a Mad Lib style interview?
That would be fun. He said more indie creators, and I'm like, okay, well, that's all we interview nowadays is indie creators. Yeah. And then of course Frey said more French accent, more Opsis, and a segment called Where's James?
Yeah. It's a short segment. It's real short. Where's James? I don't know. All right, moving on.
Not here. All right. So, any other comments that you guys have on this? Are you guys excited? Yay or nay? What do you guys think of Spider-Man getting its release date?
Bring it on. Let's do it.
Uh-huh. I'm super excited because there's been so much speculation about the MCU and like how people are feeling about the latest phase of the MCU, and people are kind of down on it. And then the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. coming back, It feels like everything is ramping back up. Doomsday, Secret Wars, Spider-Man 4, it's all like, Fantastic Four. Everything's ramping back up in the MCU, and I like it.
Yeah. I'm all with it as well. All right, well let's get.
I agree as well.
Yeah. Well, let's get to this last story here. So, shout out to my boy Koi Janjiro for posting and starting this conversation because it's kind of a big deal. And I got really excited about all of this. So there's been a lot of movement around the MCU projects and Disney in general. Iger even stated he wanted to scale back on the amount of Marvel and Star Wars content coming out. And also, he's
on my list.
Yeah. And also, he's big on returning Disney to more of the big screen model instead of straight to Disney Plus. That being said, 2025 is months of Make Mine Marvel. 9 different months. I know it's a lot. 9 different months of MCU content being released, 6 Disney Plus shows, 3 theatrical releases. Not to forget, the DCU kicks off with Superman. So, I mean, is this going to be the greatest comic book year in media generally?
No.
I think it might be. So Koi, as you guys can see on the street on the screen, January, Friendly Neighborhood Spiderman, February, Cap 4, March, Daredevil season 4, because that's essentially what it's going to be at this point. It's going to be another season of the Netflix Daredevil. Mm-hmm. May, Thunderbolts, July, Superman and Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. That is going to be fucking epic.
That's a big summer.
It is. August is Eyes of Wakanda. September is Ironheart. October is Marvel Zombies. And December is Wonder Man. And that's just what's confirmed.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a lot of Marvel. And then you throw in Superman as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, Creature Commandos comes out in what, December?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like if we were doing the 13-month calendar.
Yeah. What makes me nervous, though, seeing this much amount of content, it's great. Give me the content. I want all this content. But I think there's a lot of wiggle room for Iger and Disney to go, you know what? Push back some stuff.
Yeah. And that's what I'm afraid of is like, I get excited looking at this because it's like, oh my God, we've got so much that we're going to get, you know, because there's this whole... I feel like Iger is one of those guys that's going to be like, but superhero fatigue, so scale it back. And it's like, no, it's not superhero fatigue. It's people are getting bored with the content you're putting out. Put out better written content, and people will not be bored with it. It just has to be good, and people won't get bored with what's going on.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Agatha all along is proving that. Yeah. So
yeah, I think superhero fatigue is bullshit just because those of us who have been reading comic books forever, you know, I'm not anymore, but we used to be a lot of, and some people still are. We're the kind of people that buy monthly issues of comic books and continue to read monthly issues of comic books. Superhero fatigue is not a thing if the writing is good.
And there might be a storyline that isn't your favorite. But you get through that storyline to get to the next storyline. I mean, that's how comics are, is, you know, you have a really great storyline. You're not going to have that consistently. So sometimes you have to get through John Byrne's version of Wonder Woman. So
John Byrne. I'm not disagreeing with you, though. John Byrne's Wonder Woman.
If you look at it, 6 Disney Plus shows, you know, most of these are going to be episodic. I think Friendly Neighborhood Spiderman, maybe Marvel Zombies could be, you know, one day drops where like maybe it's 3-4 episodes and all of it comes out one day. I could see that. Right. But, you know, Eyes of Wakanda, Ironheart, Wonder Man, those are all going to be like weekly episodic shows.
Yeah. So is Daredevil.
Daredevil, yeah. So Daredevil is going to carry you from March and, you know, through March, April.
Yeah,
and then
which is why there's no April.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Daredevil was like one of those super anticipated shows. Friendly Neighborhood Spiderman and Marvel Zombies, like you said, James, like those. Well, Marvel Zombies for sure is something that's not going to be a part of the overall narrative in the MCU because that's alternate.
It's like it's just what if zombies,
right?
Is really what it
Friendly
is.
Neighborhood Spider-Man is more of a prequel than it is anything because it's supposed to be, you know,
But it's
Well,
a variant prequel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. Oh God, another one of the Spider-Man rumors. For Thunderbolts. Norman Osborn is supposed to show up in this movie.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So one of the rumors is Norman Osborn shows up, and not only has he been in the MCU since the beginning of the MCU, he's a shadow. He's like a shadow ops guy. So like not like he does shadow ops, but like his company runs like government contracts in the back.
So he knows the shadow broker.
He probably is a shadow broker.
I thought that was Sharon Carter.
That could be a swerve.
Or maybe she works for Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Maybe
and then she's gonna show up in the Thunderbolts too. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love it. She'll be in the new Avengers.
Yeah. So, I mean, like that's the thing.
Avengers Tower, right?
Yeah. And like again,
Oscorp.
That's another rumor. So like it's supposed to be that Oscorp is like a government contract company, and they like run everything in the background.
Wow.
Which would I mean that would
like
make sense.
like the successful Justin Hammer.
Right. And it's literally the successful version of Hammer Industries, but he doesn't put himself out there like that.
Right. Because he's actually successful.
Right. So like again, that's another one of the rumors is that Norman Osborn is the dude that has that captured the Sentry.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense though.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And I mean that if they're bringing Norman Osborn into the entire series, just think about how many shows on here, right? Like I can see 1, 2, 3, adding in movies, 4, at least 4 properties here, 5 properties here where Norman Osborn can be involved in it. And Norman Osborn is supposed to show up in Friendly Neighborhood Spidey too, so that would be 6.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Which and again, that makes sense that they would push Friendly Neighborhood Spidey back out. Well, but I guess because it's Thunderbolts is in May though. Well, so what I would think is that for Friendly Neighborhood Spidey, you're getting introduced to Norman Osborn, and you're getting kind of like that, ease in for the normies that don't know who Norman Osborn is. And then when he shows up, yeah, I know. And then when he shows up in Thunderbolts, then it's oh my God, it's fucking Norman Osborn in this world. Yeah.
Well, I mean, weirder things have happened. Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Dr. Doom.
Right. So yeah, I'm excited to see if that rumor pans out and Norman Osborn shows up in Thunderbolts.
You know what I'm excited to see?
Oh yeah.
That we got merch, people.
We got merch, people.
Beep bop bop boo. We got shirts.
Yeah.
We got hats. Do we have hats back? No. Yes.
No, we don't have hats back. Oh, I've got hat back. Technically.
Oh, that's sad. You
my hat.
Stole it from a little child?
No, I finally got them their kit, so they gave me my hat back.
Oh, so it was like
it was ransom. It was ransom.
Yeah. That's smart. I like that.
A prisoner swap.
I appreciate that. We don't have hat. Well, Phil has a hat. Maybe he'll sell it to you. But until then, we have shirts. We got the black logo shirt. We got the gray character shirt. Look at that. Look at that. We got the sticker on it. But yeah, we got the black shirt with the logo. We got the gray shirt with the characters. All you got to do is DM us at Distance Nerding on Instagram. Let us know what sizes you're looking for, how many you're looking for. They're $20 if you're local to wherever we are. So, right, if you're in Sacramento, great, we'll have them. If you're in San Jose, maybe we'll have them in the trunk in San Jose. Otherwise, if we got to ship it to you, they're $25. Not that bad. $37 if we got to ship it to you in Florida because Florida has alligator tax.
Florida man tax.
But yeah, $20 shirts. Come get some.
That's right. Let us know. We will get that out to you. So let's talk schedules here. Our schedule currently is Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now, the download from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We're actually almost on time here.
Let's talk to the graphics department because this is making me queasy.
Thursdays and Fridays, The Build from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Thursday show is 2 hours. Fridays is a shorter show from 6 to 7. Now, of course, we're not doing one this Thursday because it's Halloween. So we're not going to do a show this Thursday. But on Friday, on November 1st, we've got a wrestler coming on.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Former WWF superstar. He wrestled for WWF for a little bit. Jim McDowell is going to be on the show. He is Britt Baker before Britt Baker.
Oh, okay.
I know Jen doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about, but basically,
no, I really don't.
He's a dentist by day and a wrestler by night.
That's awesome. That's like nobody.
He was also there. Jim McDowell was there before Glenn became Kane when he was God, what was his name?
This is really disgusting.
I killed mine already.
It's disgusting.
But before he was,
you need to be quenched. So
Isaac Yankem. Yeah, before he was Isaac Yankem. He was the first dentist. He was in WWE for a little bit and then didn't want to continue with the schedule that Vince McMahon wanted him to do and ended up going to the Indies. And just because Vince McMahon wanted him to do like the whole 24/7 not getting paid schedule, and he didn't want to do that. So he ended up going to the Indies to have a lighter schedule. But interesting guy. I talked to him over the phone. So we're going to be talking with him on Friday, talking about his career and whatnot.
Sweet.
But that is our schedule for this week, ladies and gentlemen. So again, we will not be doing a show on Thursday. We'll be doing a show on Friday. And then of course, the show you're watching now. So be here. The Thursday, the build is on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram for those of you who are watching now. So those of you listening later, be there and come and hang out with us. It's going to be fun.
Yes. The build is a good time.
Dr. Golden Boy. I like
Dr. Golden Boy is his current name right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure to shout out his current name. Dr. Golden Boy DDS. That's awesome.
Right. So let's get into these pluggables, which is really just one person. I know she hates it, but
well, if you're looking for me, you can find me anytime. All you got to do is DM me at Distance Nerding, and all my stuff's there. So I got, my link tree is there for you. So, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, on, whatever. It's all right there for you. Thanks for asking, young Phil.
Yeah, absolutely. Jen, give us your pluggables.
I have my own YouTube channel called Free Girl, and where Shadu and I take your favorite fandoms and we classify them into D&D classes. It's called Classify. If you do not know anything about the D&D classes, we also have a sister show called Journals of the Classes, where we discuss each class, D&D class, and the subclasses, and we kind of talk about them. It's a good time. Then I also do this show. I did a show on Kyber Cave Productions called New Order, and that should be coming out soon. We're wrapping up all of the editing and stuff, and so that should be out soon. And then sometimes I do the build. I've done a couple of the builds on Fridays, so watch those because they're good. And I go off on tangents, but I try to do it productively. It doesn't always work.
On the build?
Yeah, on the build. Yeah.
So you saying your tangents on the download are not productive? Is that?
Not usually, no.
Okay, just checking. All right.
I'm a chaos queen. I can't be predictable.
It's your chaos magic. That's what it is.
Back with chaos magic.
Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, The Distance Nerdington Post.
I love that. Look at that. That was cute.
See that right there? Right there.
Look at that.
Right?
Oh, look, 1,000 members now.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support us, the best way to support us is heading over to distancelearning.com, going up to the top of the page, hitting that blue button that says buy us a taco. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you can join the taco party. Join the taco party.
Oh, look at that graphic got updated. Look at
that was cute.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It didn't
do down, graphics department.
There's a sound that it's supposed to make, and it didn't make the sound. I don't know what happened there. So let me just do this.
Try it again. Try it again.
There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Sandra Betty. I'm glad that you guys love my tangents.
Join the taco party. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You can join the taco party. It's the best way to support us and help us continue to do all the fun things that we do and get all the things that we need to do with you, ladies and gentlemen. Join the taco party, and we will thank you immensely for the rest of the ending of
the rest of time.
So my favorite part of this one is up on the left-hand corner, no, right-hand corner, the ice cream cone with the pink top. I don't know why it's my favorite, but it's my favorite.
He looks left out. Like he's like, how come I don't get to party?
Or he's like, I'm just going to stand over here. I don't really want any of that. Yeah, you guys just do you.
While these tacos are just going nuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
That purple or that pink ice cream looks like a little sadistic. Like, I tainted the salsa.
It's the Carrie ice cream. Yeah. Getting back at him for
the salsa.
No, that's the star kid from the Mario movie.
Oh, okay.
We're all gonna die. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like, I'm jumping over here wrong, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us, connect with us on all the social medias, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's Twitter. It's not X. It's Twitter. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard, and of course, John Mez's glasses, just judging you, staring at you on the table, because you've been a naughty. You've been a naughty pair of sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I've got a sound.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's the sound bite that James needs right there. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to send us an email, it is very easy.
Email.
If you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out in front of the taco party. Just in front of all the tacos and embarrassing. And you can send us an email at dist.
Coming up, November 12th, episode 200 of Distance Nerding. Come join us. It's going to be a party. Tell all your friends. Hide your kids, hide your wives, but make sure you turn on an internet for them so they can watch as well. But let's do some fun stuff. Maybe we'll give stuff away. Let's give stuff away. You want to give stuff away? We also got 1,000, members in the Distance Nerdington Post. We should celebrate that by giving something away at the 200th episode. Yeah? Yeah. Yes?
And it's just James saying, you're going to give something away, right?
Give something away.
Yeah. You're
you got stuff. There's stuff behind you.
I definitely don't right now. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us.
Graphics department. Come on. What is that like?
Are you going to say the line?
Screensaver?
That's actually
like a Windows 93 screensaver.
That's actually supposed to be moving, and I guess it's not. So,
uh-oh.
Like waves, it's going to make me seasick. Until then, thanks and keep nerding together.
All right. Well, now it is time for the dance party. So let's get this going.
There's a baby on your tip mouse.
Creepy baby. Creepy baby.
This is when her power is most potent.
A witching hour. Down the road. There's babies left on the road. Yeah, brother.
Distance nerding.
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah. I need tacos. Tater, where's your tacos? Dame la taco, Tater. El Tater. What's that?
Oh, yeah, blast in the past.
Cookies?
It was. This is Jen's
What?
cookie.
Yeah, it's the cookie tin.
Is it the distance cookie tin toast? What do you mean?
If we ever have a cooking channel, that's what we're going to call it.
The Cookington Post.
Yes. Distance cooking.
Oh yeah!
Ooh,
Give me all
yes.
the tacos! Oh yeah! Give me all
And
the.
we'll have a trip to Norway and we'll be called Distance Nording.
We'll
Does
see
some
everybody.
distance cooking.
We'll see everybody on Friday.
We shall fight to the death for tacos.